All right. Well, we're looking forward to having a great week of practice. Got a great opportunity this week to play a playoff playoff football team that's 2-0 that at their place that I know our fans and players and coaches are excited about. So it's a great opportunity. I think our guys are looking forward to hopefully having a good week of practice. Going out there and improving on some of the things that we need to get better at, and going out there Saturday and cutting it loose against a proven veteran playoff football team.
Coach, just after a weekend of watching film, wanted to get your final assessment of the team's play against UConn. Specifically, just what did you like from your starters in the first half?
I definitely feel like we did what we needed to do, which was great to see. We wanted to go out there and improve from week one, play the brand of football and style football that we know we can play, and make improvements and execute. And I feel like going into halftime 35-0, we did that, and was able to play quite a few guys in the second half. All of our reserves basically got in the game and got a chance to play, and still won the second half 14-0. Obviously, we weren't probably trying to score as much and as aggressively, but a lot of guys got to play, and that's always good to get young guys on the field so they can kind of see where they stand and see where they're at and what improvements they need to make moving forward, which normally is more than they previously had thought. But to get live action from all those guys was a great day for us. So, it's on to now the meat of our schedule. A lot of good football teams, and we're looking forward to this opportunity on Saturday.
Is there any update you can provide on Xander's status? Is there any sort of timetable for him getting back on the field?
Xander will have surgery tomorrow on a broken fibula and be out 4 to 8 weeks.
And I guess with him going down, obviously another thing that we ask every week is just is there any sort of status on Samson James' potential to getting on the field for your team?
We're working on that. We have not got an answer back yet. So, we're hopeful with a lot of other transfers that have been granted immediate eligibility throughout the course of the last month or so, but you never know what's going to happen. But we're hopeful that maybe can happen.
And then just getting into Notre Dame, as you mentioned, 2-0 to start the year. They've been in 2 close matchups so far. Just what are the challenges that they can present to you, both offensively and defensively?
Well, Notre Dame's a veteran football team. They've proven they can win at a high level. They play one of the toughest schedules in the country every year against great competition. They've got a really good defensive front that's big and active and athletic and shows quickness and twitch. They've got linebackers that play downhill and strike. They've got a veteran secondary. Offensively, they got a proven quarterback who's played well at 2 different spots, a really good running back, and probably an all-pro tight end. So, they've got weapons, they got skill, they got really good players. They've had to work for the last 2 wins, which actually, from their standpoint, really is a good thing because, it gives them a chance to see the few things they need to work on to get better. But you know what? They found a way to win. That's what winning football teams do. And there have been a couple other top 10 teams in the country that haven't been able to do that the last week or two, and they have. So give credit to them for pulling out victories, and very talented team, and we got our hands full.
Jeff, any update on Garrett Miller and Jamari Brown?
Garrett Miller is probably doubtful this week, and Jamari Brown, we're optimistic he can get back.
And with Xander out here for a good deal of time, King Daru, Dylan Downing, I mean, just talk about them and how you feel, I guess, turning the reins over to those 2 guys to run the ball. And also, Jeff, talk a little bit about maybe your use of the receivers as ball carriers, too.
Well, it's a next man up for us at the running back position. And King has played a lot of football for us, been a little injured here and there, but, we want him to go out there and play his brand of football. Dylan Dowling's come in and proven that he'll run the ball hard, and he's understands what we're doing. He's a tremendous worker and gives us everything he has. And yes, we're going to have other options at running back. So whether it's a couple receivers, another young running back, there needs to be more than 2. So we'll have those options up and ready. But Right now King and Dillon would be the top two.
Jaquez Cross, are you going to get him ready, you think?
Yeah, we're going to get him ready. He's had a good camp. Like every freshman at that position, physically he's got to continue to, get strength and mass over the course of the next couple of years. So he's a little behind there. But you know what? He's got good quickness and good speed, and he's got to get ready to go.
We see more Kyle Bilodeau then as the number 2 tight end?
Well, we've got a bunch of options at tight end that play a little bit for us. Kyle played some for us.
Paul played quite a bit.
Paul played quite a bit for us. I'm going blank.
Kravac.
Jack Kravac. Those 3 guys are the next guys up at the tight end position, and they all will probably get playing time this week, and we'll see how that unfolds.
You think Cam Craig's ready to become a starter?
Well, Cam's done a good job. Right now, we feel like the 6-man rotation those are our top 6 guys. So he's in the top 6, and we want him to continue to improve and get better. He's got ability, he's got athleticism, and he'll play quite a bit. And as the season goes on, he'll play even more.
Hey, talk a little bit too, Jeff. I've spoken to you about you being recruited by Notre Dame. You're a Trinity High School guy, a Catholic guy. Maybe what that experience was like, and maybe what it's going to be like for you to go up and play a football game and coach a team up in that environment up there.
I respect the tradition of Notre Dame just like everyone across the country. They've played a lot of big football games, a lot of great players, a lot of great coaches. It's a unique place to go and visit, and you know what? They're playing at a high level right now, and they've had a good run in the last couple of years, and they've been able to recruit well, and they've got a lot of talent on their team, and it's a special place to play for a lot of people. So we're excited to get that opportunity, and so am I, and our coaches, and I'm sure our fans are. And really, we cherish getting that game back going over the course of the next 5 or 7 years, because it's a great opportunity for our kids to play in that type of game. And I think our guys will prepare hard, and they look at this as a golden opportunity against a recent top 4 program in the country. And these are the measuring sticks that you dream for when you play and coach to get an opportunity to do, and we get a chance to do it this Saturday. So I know our guys are jacked up about playing against a great high caliber team.
Just to follow up on that, I mean, Purdue and Notre Dame haven't played since 2014, but did you quickly learn this was an important series to fans when you first got here, even though they were not on the schedule, that there was a passion for Purdue to play Notre Dame?
Well, even growing up and playing football and watching football, to me, I thought it was somewhat of a rivalry game and a great game to watch of 2 in-state opponents playing against each other, and there have been some good history of that in the past, and so I've admired it from a distance. And yes, when I got here, you look at the different important games against IU, Illinois, and Notre Dame in the past history, and you hope that you can get that back going. And fortunately for us, we get that opportunity to do that. And yes, I know our fans, I've heard it for the last 6 months that they're looking forward to this game and getting a chance to go up there and watch Purdue play at Notre Dame. And so, I'm happy that we get that opportunity, and hopefully we can take advantage of it.
What have you seen out of Dylan Downing these first 2 games and in practice that, the confidence level in him to carry part of this load?
Well, Dylan's came in here from day one. He works extremely hard. He's a student of the game. He runs hard. He's got some physicality. He cares. He's from in-state in Indianapolis, so I think he wants to prove to people that he can play this level of football, and he's put in a lot of hard work to get that done. He's taking care of the ball. He does a good job on special teams for us. Really, he's played above the level that we thought from day one when he got here, even though we were hopeful and optimistic he could do a really good job. So he's exceeded our expectations, and I think he can play football and do a good job for us. And he's going to get that opportunity now. And you always need more than one running back. Normally 2 or 3. So right now he's he's going to get a lot of action, and I think he'll take advantage of it, and he'll work hard this week and be a good leader and go out there and perform the best he can.
What do you need to see out of the offensive line this week?
Well, this is going to be a big challenge for us. We're facing a real front 4, a real front 7. First thing you do when you watch them, I mean, they've got some twitch, and they can come off the ball, and they can get off blocks, and they play hard, and they get penetration. So we'll have our hands full, and this will be a huge test for us to see how we stack up, and we're going to have to figure out ways to get it done in the trenches and have a little creativity in case we're not getting as many yards as we want, and all those things are going to have to come into play. But it'll be a great chance for our offensive line to play against a really good front.
You mentioned earlier about getting young guys on the field Saturday so they could kind of get their play on tape and showcase what they're all about. Were there some guys that maybe stood out that would move up in your mind to get an opportunity to play, whether it's this week or the next couple of weeks?
Well, I think a lot of guys got action. As far as guys that would move up the chain, no, I think we have them kind of where we see them. But validation on where they're at and where they need to come was out there. I do think Jamari Brown can play good football for us. He got in the game before he got injured and did a really good job. So it was good to see that because he was kind of the next man up. On the offensive line, we had some young offensive linemen get in there. Musa, left tackle from here at in-state, did a really good job. And actually somebody that came in here at about 265 pounds, and now he's up close to 300, and he's got some moxie and some talent. And Marcus Mabo, has talent. He was a little all over the place and mentally knowing what to do, but he has some athleticism. So it was good to see that. And then, Rashawn Rice, it was good to see him make some catches and make some plays. And, he needs to become a player for us and be in the mix. So those are probably the main ones that stood out as far as, young guys that didn't get a chance to play that did some good things.
Yeah, just about, and I should probably know this, but have you ever coached up at South Bend in any of your past stops? Or when, if not, when was the last time you were up at that stadium, or have you ever been to the stadium?
I have not coached at the stadium, but I've been able to go up to a game or two throughout the course of my life. And I think when my younger brother Brown's being recruited, I went up to maybe a game when he was up there unofficially one time, and it's a fun place to watch a game, and a lot of tailgating and a lot of history. So we had fun.
Your thoughts on the offense right now? You don't really have a turnover that is on the offense. You're in a pretty good rhythm on third down. What do you like right now, and where does upside remain?
Well, we've got a lot to prove still, but I do think we were able to execute the pass game. We were able to come through when we needed to, the week before, creating that balance and making sure that, both the run game and the passing game is up to par, and being efficient at it is very important for us. Always creating big plays is always going to be a big part of it. It's hard to drive the ball 10-plus plays a lot of times up the field. You got to create some big plays, and whether that's throwing up over the top or getting some cheap screen or maybe even a run that we pop, those are what we're trying to get done. But this will be a real a real test to see how we stack up. And I thought our quarterback play has been pretty good, but we want to make sure that it's not a put it all on the quarterback to win the game for us. We need to have all of our guys doing their part: offensive line, running backs, and tight ends and receivers. But I think they've worked hard and they understand the package and the plan, and it's just about executing. The fact that we've not turned the ball over in 2 games is great. We work hard at it, but it's going to happen at some point, and you hope that it doesn't. But we've done a good job of doing the small things, I think, to help get us to move the ball a little bit.
Hey, Jeff, any update on guys like Antonio Stevens or Paca or Dante Hunter, guys who came into the year hurt?
All 3 of those guys had all-season surgery. Antonio may or may not get back this year. We'll see. Dante Hunter, and if he does, it'll be later in the season. It's his time frame. And then on Paca, he would be the same thing, if not even beyond, after his surgery.
Any further questions for Coach?
One more thing real quick about the running backs. Are the guys you have now, are they guys you trust at this point from a pass protection perspective, from a passing game perspective, a lot of the other stuff Xander gave you?
Well, Xander did a great job for us because he could do it all. He could run the football, and he could pass block, and he definitely could catch the ball out of the backfield, and he understood it. Played a lot of games for us. King, I think, is steady at all those things. And it's his time to step up and do his thing and have some fun with it, which I think, he has the ability to do that. Dylan is a little bit newer, but you know what? He's picked things up fast enough, and that was the concern, is if he would be able to mentally handle the whole package, and I think he's done a really good job. And then when he gets beyond that, Jaquez has a ways to go to understanding all those different things and the speed of college football and the intricacies of it and pass protection. But he does have some twitch and some burst that, if you can figure out a way to get him the ball and ease him into it, could be beneficial. So, those two older guys, we have confidence that they know the package, and it's just about them executing it and playing hard and playing well.
Okay, thank you,
Okay,
Coach.
thanks,
Thank you,
guys.
everybody, for coming.